Hi, yeah. Hola, beautiful people. Good morning, guys. How are you guys today? Hi, Semi-D at 900k, semi-detached, landed property in Singapore, not in Malaysia, not in any other countries, which is only at 900k, below 900k. There are some as well, which is at the terrace, which is only about 400 plus thousand, cheaper than a 3 bedroom, than a 3 room flat, than a 3 room HDB, 4 room HDB, I shall say. Oh no, if the one that 400 plus, it will be cheaper than the 3 room HDB. Help me to like and share, because there's this thing that I'm gonna share with you. Then after that, I'm just gonna download this into a video. 100k, you want to buy? Sure. All right, can, of course, David Wong, you can buy if you want to, right? Can, no problem. I can show you that even some 400 plus thousand as well. This is one thing that's a very, very good lesson for us to know. Wow, we heard, Semi-D, 900k. Is it a scam? Of course, it's not a scam. It's real one. It's real. It's no bedek one, okay? It's real, It's not a scam, It's not a scam. Semi-D below 900k near MRT. Semi-D below 900k near MRT. Okay, there are also some of them which is about 400 plus thousand, which is also below, which is also quite near to MRT. My HFE gets so low, 235k only, everything 370k. Can I reappeal? You can reappeal only, Arnie slot. You can only appeal if you have any extra job. Okay, meaning for example, you have also working for a your part-time company and things like that. Okay, Semi-D in Singapore, I'm not lying, it is true. Semi-D in Singapore, you can Google and you can look into Property Guru 99.co. Any part of it, they have it. Yes, Semi-D below 900k. Why is it so cheap, Why? Yes, come. So I actually go into this. Yes, there are Semi-D. Look at this. The one in Fuyong Estate. The one in Yugi Garden. They're also in the Cempaka, Jalan Cempaka Kuning. So this one, this Semi-D here below is like 3,700 square feet floor area. Where is it located? It's located at Jalan Cempaka Kuning. You see, rare chance to own a Semi-D home. Okay, it's below 900,000. Low quantum in a mature and established neighborhood. Ideal for family seeking landed property, blah, blah, blah. The main important thing you should see here, approximate years is 9 years, meaning that balance lease is about 9 years. Meaning if now you are 51 years old, you can stay there until you are actually 60 years old. So you already spend $900,000 on this property. Then not so sure whether you can actually top up the lease or not, whether the government will will pay up the lease or not. Will allow you to top up the lease. So especially this is saying that the house is remaining lease is only 9 years. Where is this? This is Jalan Cempaka Kuning. Anybody else? Was there any transaction here? Yes, there are transactions. There are still people buying over here. Okay, there are still people, right? So therefore, from here, with this lease, which is getting lesser, 9 years, that is why the property for a Semi-D, it can even cost much lesser, below 900,000, below the HDB jumbo flat. But remember this, big, right? All of you like something big, right? Yes, but the remaining lease is only 9 years. Okay. So on top of this, there are also other areas like Yugi Garden. You see, Yugi Garden, how big is this? You see, Yugi Garden, you buy it only at about 430k, negotiable. Okay. You can look at this. This is at Jalan Siap, 888,000. Right. Cheaper than your jumbo flat, cheaper than your EM. So why are they super cheap? Why? Let me ask you. Why are they super cheap? Any answer to this? Why are they super cheap? Why are they super cheap, guys? Why are they super cheap? Why does it have to be super cheap? Why? Answer me. Come on, guys. Reason why? Because of the Bala's curve. Bala, okay? So this is one day today that we are going to try to understand why is it a company that a house, a 99 years lease house, be it whether it's a HDB or be it a private property, it will go on by the Bala's curve. Look at the Bala's curve, is going down here. X-axis is the number sum of years, and here will be the percentage of it. Yeah. So now let me explain to you about Bala's curve. So this is the Bala's curve. It's like this. Right? So this is the number of years here, right? This is the number of years, and this is the number of days there. Okay, this is the number of percentage here, right? So usually the number of years when it's still very, very young, so it will be like that around this area. So 1 and 2. The one that you see, this is the risk number 1. This will be the risk number 2. Wait, actually, I'm going to explain to you. Risk number 2 is like which one? Like all the houses that actually showed you just now. Right? The risk number 2, this is risk number 2. Okay, this is risk number 1. Okay. Okay, so let me see. Alright, so here, risk number 2 are the one where balance years lease are left with only about 30 years lease. So this is where it is. 30 years lease balance. 30 years lease balance. What are the risks that you'll be having if the house, the remaining lease is less than 30 years? 30 years and below. There are various things that you will be having problem. Number 1 is that the loan term value. If you would like to get a loan for this property, right? You would like to get a loan for this property, the loan term value, the amount of loan that will be granted, which will be lesser. The banks will grant a much lesser loan for you. So meaning that if the loan term value, the loan is going to be less. So therefore, if the particular owner is selling to you at 900,000 and they can only grant you a loan of maybe 200, 300,000. So the balance you will have to top up in cash. So therefore, the down payment, right, will be so much higher, and also therefore the cash component will also be so much higher. So this is how it goes like. So this is how the banks look at it. So therefore this is the risk that you'll be having if you were to purchase a house which is 30 years lease and below. But are there people who's buying these houses or not? Yes, there are. There are. I've even seen the transactions. There are people who's buying these houses. Who are they? These people are usually the one like a winter season side lah. Meaning that, for example, they are now at the age of maybe at about 70 years old or maybe 65 years old. They don't mind buying a house of remaining lease of another maybe 30 years because they think they cannot live that long. Or maybe even their age are not even 65 years, maybe their age is about 80 years. 80 years. So they think, oh, 80 years, I can live maybe probably another 10 or 20 more years. This house has 30 years. By the time also, I will pass on already. So this house also, this house also got no value, so no problem at all. I will still be staying in this house. Who will be buying here? Who will be the one who's buying? Usually, like sometimes some owners who actually has a freehold landed, or they have a condo which they are able to sell maybe at about 3 million, 5 million example. 5 million. Once they sell their property, their 5 million property, and they buy this property of maybe 900,000. Make it easy lah. Minus 1 million lah. Okay, so they have this 4 million balance for them to in fact to go and enjoy their life, go for holiday. So they have no issue with that. So these are those people who will usually buy at this one, at the rate of risk 2. So when the risk is very high, as you can see, the price will also be lower. So however, if you as the buyer who actually bought this property, so that means your intention of selling it off will already be very minimal. It's either that you sell over here, you buy, and then from here, then you see, oh, whether I can actually gain from renting. So usually for the final end of this house, the tail end of the house, some owners, they buy only just mainly to rent it out. That could be also another one more way. Yeah, that's why they are buying this property. So they have to ensure that the yield is good lah. Once actually they buy this house, and then the ROI, return on investment, the rental yield will also must be very good. So this is where, this is the Balas curve, as I mentioned to you, this is the risk number 2. Let's see. Right? So therefore, balance lease of 30 years and below, so therefore, the LTV, the loan term value, will be reduced, and therefore, there will be a lesser amount of loan. With lesser amount of loan, there will be more cash down payment. And also you have to remember, for lease less than 20 years, you cannot utilize your CPF to pay for the house. Okay, so if this is like 30 years, if the house is like 20 years, balance lease, 20 years, the person who wants to buy the house, they definitely will have to pay upfront 100% in cash. So why I'm sharing this with you, so you will understand what is your risk level. So if you are buying a house which is 30 years and below remaining lease, this will be your risk level. And if you are actually currently owning a house, currently the remaining lease is about 45, 43, and you want to wait until the remaining lease is 30 years, this is what also is going to happen to you. Okay? There's no right, there's no wrong. So it depends on you. If you really enjoy staying in that particular property, even though it's 30 years remaining lease, because of sentimental value, because that's where your children grow up, because that's where you and your husband, your spouse you are enjoying all those property at that point of time due to sentimental value, you can still stay over there. But remember this is where the effect is, right? For buyers, this is where you are able to see mine is at risk 2 or risk 1. Okay, so these are all the one for risk 2 for the balance lease of 30 years. So let's see what happened when the lease expire. So when the lease already expire, you see from here, when the lease expire, these are all the things that happen. So meaning that after you bought the house, the remaining lease is actually 30 years. After 30 years, then it will go down next year, 5 years, 25 years, 20. Then at the end of the day, what's going to happen? You see, remember this picture? Where is this place? This is in Geylang. Okay, Geylang Lorong 3. It was vacated. They vacate in 2020. In 2020. Okay, their lease was only 60 years lease, right? So all the tenants all the owners of that house at that point of time, they were staying there, they were enjoying their life there. Then they assume that in fact their remaining lease at that point of time, 30 years remaining lease, I'm sure government will always allow us to pay up. I'm sure government will not take back the house because we are the citizens of Singapore. But however, this is what happened in 2021, right? All 191 Geylang units, all the units are in Geylang, now actually has been vacated. All of them has been vacated, okay? All of them has been vacated. All vacate already. And owners on the ownership of the 60-year lease has returned to the state, said the Singapore Land Authority. Do they get any other compensation? No lah, we got compensation. Government already told you that in fact your house 60 years, we already given you the warning that okay, your house another a few more years, you will have to return back the state. Then in fact, in this article as well, if you were to Google and take a look at this article guys, okay, this is the interesting part. One of the owner was mentioning, Ayo, if I know this will happen, I will definitely sell the property one. I would definitely, that was about 10-20 years ago. People want to buy, but then I say no, cannot. This one sentimental value. No. People want to buy. I don't want to sell. You know, at that point of time, the house was still remaining lease. Probably it's about only 50 years. 50 years remaining lease, 60 years remaining lease. People want to buy. He doesn't want to let go because of sentimental value. And he stayed put. Then he says that after that, like 10 years more remaining lease, right? Then he decided wanted to sell it off. And then he says, nobody want to buy already. Then he says, ayo, that is his biggest regret in his life. Why? Because he says it's so much of emotional attachment. He stayed there. And then he thought that government will in fact allow them to stay on, allow them to in fact to stay on, and then to maybe top up their list, but that did not happen. In fact, the government mentioned we are going to take back the house, so please vacate the place. So David Wong, now you know, you still want to buy or not the semi-D of 900k. It's okay if you still think that you wanted to buy because you would like to have the big space and enjoy the space. Yeah, it's okay, but as long as you are prepared, knowing that at the end of the lease of the life of the house, at the end of the lease of that expiry, the life of the house, you will have to return that property back to the state. Has it happened before? Yes, I've just shown you the one in Geylang. What curve is it pertaining to the 99 years lease? I was only mentioning about the risk number 2. So what is risk number 1? Right? Haven't finished lah. This one about the risk number 2, so haven't finished yet. Okay, so you can see from here the Geylang Lorong 3 have also been vacated already. Look at this article. See, they all been vacating and renting and packing up. So all the 191 units at the Geylang Lorong 3 all vacated. All the ownership of land returned to the state. Okay, right. So never assume lah. Never ever assume that hey, government sure can one, sure can. Never okay. So this is risk 2 lah. So when the lease expires, these are all what happened, that everybody has to vacate the place. So the risk 2 also, which are the other properties? If you are the kind of person who says, hey, never mind, Riyan, I am now at about 70 years old. I'm 70 years old. I would like to move. That is my dream. My dream is to stay in a landed property, big or small, as long as it's landed property. So I would like to know, where are all these properties expiring? Are there any other properties getting older? Yes, there are. Where are they? Number 2, this is Jalan Cempaka Kuning. In 2034, the lease will expire. Okay, in 2034. So, tenure 70 years leasehold from, this is, the tenure is only 70-year leasehold lah, from 1964. This one 70 years only. So, the lease expiry is in 2034, Jalan Cempaka Kuning. This one was, we ever discussed about these properties which are turning, where the lease are going to expire. Right? We did mention on that. Help me to like and share, guys. Ira, paying attention because waiting for my MOP to sell my house. Very good, very clever. So you will know, when you sell, you will know what are the properties you want to buy, how it's going to affect you. There's no right, there's no wrong, as long as you know what you are getting into. So this one of them is Jalan Cempaka Kuning. Jalan Cempaka Kuning is one of those properties also selling at below 900,000. Semi-D currently selling below 900,000 as well. You can get it now. So the next one, okay, Fuyong Estate. You know Fuyong Estate, Bukit Timah there? It's going to expire in 2046. It's a 99-year leasehold from 1947. So the lease is expiring in 2046. This is Fuyong Estate, which is located at Bukit Timah Estate there. Okay, and okay, so this estate is quite good also. Alright. Fuyong Estate here around this Bukit Timah. Right, another one more. This is behind the Rail Mall. Fuyong Estate, you know, if you go makan there, there's a quite a number of landed property behind there. Yeah, and then the Rail Mall, there is this coffee bean lah. There's a few Japanese restaurant lah. Very nice along the Bukit Panjang area. Yeah, so that's a Fuyong Estate. Fuyong Estate also, they are going to, the lease is going to expire in 2046. Right, so the next one, Rifle Range. The Rifle Range Road, which is near to the Bukit Timah Hill, right? This one, yeah. Deeply rooted in the proximity to the Bukit Timah region, okay? Right, so this Rifle Range Road, they are going to expire in 2051. So any of you owners, right, of this property, if you would like to let go of your property, I think it's best for you to do it right now because of the ballast curve effect. Right, so that was the ballast curve effect for the REITs too. Right, for these are for the private property. What about HDB? HDB, any effect or not? Of course, it's the same kind of effect as well for the REITs 2 part. Meaning that the remaining lease that is going to be like 30 years and below. In fact, recent news, if you were to think, HDB, no lah, we are the ones who are quite poor. We are not that rich, stay in the private property. Alright, private property, they don't help lah. Of course lah, they deserve it ma. They are rich what? They stay in private property, they stay in landed property. For HDB, definitely they will help us. Don't say so, okay? That is why during a couple of months ago where they mentioned about VERS, okay, voluntary en bloc. So then recently in September, there is this article that also came out. So we must be able to read in between the lines, okay? We must be able to read in between the lines, okay? Where Miss Ho Ching, okay, mention this. Leasehold properties have a definite shelf life, meaning sure one day won't laku one, sure one day will expire. So this is the shelf life that she mentioned. Okay, owners should not expect more goodies. Please don't expect more goodies. Don't expect us to go and come over and to repair here, repair there. Just like what you said. Hey, the house is already has a shelf life already very old already. So don't expect to have more goodies. What does it mean? That means I ask you a question. So with this article, what does that mean? Does it mean that the government will top up the lease for you? Top up lease? Will the government top up lease? Will the government top up the lease? Yes or no? I know it's during dinner time. All of you very sleepy. Sometimes brain cannot work already, right? But please answer. Okay, so you can understand. So when it's stated over here, Ho Ching has already mentioned, leasehold properties have a definite shelf life, meaning gonna be over means gonna be over already lah. So owners should not expect more goodies. This is according to Ho Ching. You can also look into her Facebook. This is the comment that she mentioned. So my question to you is, will the government help to top up the lease? Yes or no? This is a HDB house leh. HDB house leh. Okay, let's see. We got some replies here. Hola, hola. Good morning, guys. Chi Seong says no. Okay, and then SDR says no. Right, okay. Mel Wongs, any more, guys? Any more? Alright. Kashif Khan, come on, say. Okay. Shop with Calvin, how is it? What do you think? Shop with Calvin. NH, what do you think? Okay, Ira, since you are going to be selling your house, which is going to turn MOP, answer this question so you will understand further. If you salah also, no problem. This is where you will learn, okay? Okay, Patricia Chiu, come, answer me. Hola, Honey H, how are you? Thank you very much for that. Marwan, Joe Goggles, what do you think? Jamila 68, come, answer me. Joe Goggles, the Mutus curve. Era says no. Alright, Pong Wajib, what do you think? Grace Chong, what do you think? Will the government top up lease? Alicia, what do you think? Will the government top up the lease or not for the older houses? Because it says leasehold properties. What does leasehold mean? 99 years. Government HDB houses are all 99 years, right? So she's referring to this. 99 years properties have a definite shelf life. Once it sits already, 99 years. So my question is, will they top up the lease, meaning that, hello, okay, mister, we let you top up, we let you top up and stay here further for the next 10 years, you just top up only, so then the Singapore citizens all very happy can top up the lease. So that is my question. Will the government top up the lease or not when this article is out? Come, Alicia, answer me, Alicia. Jamila, Mel Wongs, no, Mel Wongs. Okay, Jamila. Right, okay, Jamila 86, yes, no, okay, majority of you answered no. Yes, the answer is correcto. So all of you know, So that is why, during this, I elaborate a bit okay. That is why, from here, that is why the government introduced verse. Okay. Introduce verse, okay? They introduce verse. The government introduced verse so that, you know, what's going to happen? So once the lease, which means that if the whole of the owners, the residents of that particular block, maybe block 1, 2, 3, or block 1, 2, 3, okay? All these owners of this particular block 1, 2, 3. So they says, our house is at the tail end, 70 years old already, left balance of only about 29 years. So therefore, right, why don't we go to the government, tell the government, okay, we would like to renew our lease. No, cannot renew, we would like to go for verse, okay, voluntary and block. So if they are able to, the framework will be out only in 2030, not now. So this one I give a guess, okay. So, like we follow like the private property one. Maybe, for example, the government say, okay, got 80% who agree to go on verse. So, therefore, it will go on verse. This block 1, 2, 3 will go on verse. If they couldn't get the 80% or how many percent, right, as in the framework will be out in 2030. So, therefore, then cannot go on verse. And after you go on verse, they take back the government, you sell back the house to HDB. HDB will give you their compensation. Remember this, in that article also mentioned that they have already given a heads up that the compensation for verse will not be as attractive as SIRS. Alright? So just remember this. So once you get the money, you must clever, go and find your own house. Yeah, this is how it looks like. So therefore, now, as of now, go and take a look at your property. How many years left? Okay. So now, we are at the end of already talking about the RIS 2. RIS 2 settled already. We finished talking about RIS 2. Here is the RIS 2, right? Right? This is the RIS 2. Done. RIS 2 is already settled. So now there's also one more risk. The one that is risk here. This risk. So this risk is, for example, houses of how many more years lease? This might affect you as well. Balance lease of at least about 60 years. Let's draw the Bala curve again. Bala curve, not Mutu curve. Okay. So just now I mentioned this is risk 2. Okay, and this is risk 1. So this is, in fact, remaining lease is 30 years. Right. So what about this one? I'm on live now. Excuse me, I'm on live now.
Okay.
So this one is remaining lease of at least about 60 years. So, what about those houses where the remaining lease of about 60 years? Still quite young, ma? Yes, correct. So, this is the risk 1 and this is risk 2. Risk 2, you already know the answer. Who will buy risk 2? Those people who are during the winter season, right? Already in the winter season. Already about 70 years or 80 years old. Then they want to buy this property. They let go of their freehold landed. They sold their landed of 5 million and they buy 900,000. Also no issue. Because they have about another $4 million that they can still enjoy traveling and still enjoy staying in a house, which is very big, and yet the remaining lease is also low. No issue with that. So now the risk 2 that I will be talking about, sharing with you, this is the risk 2 as accordance to the Bala's curve. So this risk 2, right? Sorry, this is risk 1. Risk 1 where the remaining lease will be about 60 years. 60 years of the remaining lease. So will that be a risk? Some people think, no problem what? My remaining lease are age of the youngest buyer, right? Plus the remaining lease of the house must be more than or equals to 95. Oh, no problem, we can meet. Yeah, yes, you can meet. No problem. Because the older houses are bigger, right? Yeah, the older houses are bigger as compared to the newer condos or as compared to the newer BTOs, right? So I'm comparing this together with HDB and also private. It works both ways for this Bala's curve. Okay, because what we're talking about is a 99 years lease. So this is where we would like to see. Right, so with this, so once it's 99 years, so the risk and the 60 years, what is the risk about? Number 1 is the whether, right, can meet the maximum valuation limit or not. Maximum withdrawal limit, sorry. Right? So the CPF usage, there will be some CPF usage which will be capped as well. Okay. Therefore, even though sometimes when your property met 95 years, there will also be some maximum withdrawal limit which will be capped. So that's how it goes. Right. So number 2. That's one risk. Number 2, when you buy, you say, it's okay, I want to buy big house, no problem. All also no problem. But what if you want to sell at that point of time? Okay. If you were to buy a private property, how many years can you sell? How many years can you sell? If a private property, okay, to avoid, you can sell at any time. To avoid the SSD, seller stamp duty. Alright, after how many years then you can sell? Answer me. Okay, is it for private property? Is it 3 years or is it 4 years? Okay, for private property, right? If you already paid, how many, if you already bought a house, you bought a private property, how many years after having that private property to avoid the seller stamp duty, when can you sell the property? After 3 years or after 4 years? After 3 to 4 years from the payment of the stamp duty. Come on, answer me. Seller stamp duty. So if you want to avoid the seller stamp duty, how many years can you sell? Is it 3 years or 4 years? Answer. Everybody sleeping. Or should I stick to morning? I can't do morning today because I went for my gym. Yeah. Okay, Happy Hippo. Happy Hippo says 4 years. 4 years, Happy Hippo. I'm just trying to change this to a different color lah, okay? Happy Hippo. Happy Hippo says 4 years, okay? Ricky Lau, 4 years. Ricky Lau. Alright, any more? Okay, any more from the blue? Alicia, what do you think, Alicia? Okay, for private property, when can you sell? Mel Wong's not sure. Okay, Mel Wong's, not sure. Mel Wong's. Okay, this is for private property. Very good. Thank you very much for being frank. Okay, for being frank. All my diction all throw on, okay? Alright, anyway, so this one from here you can see. You are able to see, right? So therefore, the answer is, for now, right, seller stamp duty is already 4 years. So to avoid sellers to pay the seller stamp duty, so therefore you can sell only after 4 years from the date that you made the payment of the stamp duty. Okay, 4 years. So therefore, example, I'm giving you an example. So now this is 60 years. Remaining lease is 60 years. Okay, so you bought this house. Oh, remaining lease is 60 years. No problem, still quite young, remaining lease is 60 years. So since seller's stamp duty, you want to sell only after you have met the seller's stamp duty minus 4 years. So therefore, balance is 56 years. Right or not? Yeah. So with the balance of 56 years, so the next buyer, do you think it will be easy for them to buy? Right? Is it easy for you to offload this property? Right? Who will buy this property after when the remaining lease is already 56 years? So the next buyer who buy this property, so therefore, this is for private, because I'm talking about seller's stamp duty, seller's stamp duty. 4 years, Okay, so therefore, if they were to buy this property, in future, they want to sell another 4 more years later. So therefore, the remaining lease will become 52 years. Soon enough, it will go back into the risk level 2. The second risk already, right? Yeah. So this is how it goes. So this is where you have to identify your property. And this is for private property. What about for HDB? This is quite a sad thing. I've seen quite a number of those who, in fact, has a BTO property. This is their BTO house. Then they go and sell their BTO property, which has a remaining lease of about 99 minus 5, 95 minus 4, minus 5 is 99 minus 5 is 94. 94, then maybe about remaining lease of still about 94 years, or remaining lease of about 93 years. Okay? Remaining lease here very healthy, then they go and buy remaining lease houses, which because it's bigger kakak, bigger. Remaining lease of 60 years. Wow, this one is really, this is, I can say, very sad one. Sad very sad Oh, very sad. Oh, very sad You know why? Because you're from a very, very good property, which is so young, you let go, then you use all your cash proceeds to top up in a house which is already 60 years remaining lease. So once if this 60 years, if you want to sell in future, do you think will be easy or difficult? Let me ask you this question. Please help me to answer. If you were to sell this property, okay, you buy a property of 60 years remaining lease. MOP how many years? It's 5 years, right? 5 years. 60 minus 5 becomes 55 years. Sell, 55 years remaining lease, okay? Will it be easy to sell or difficult? Will it be easy to sell or difficult? Answer me. Will it be easy to sell or difficult? Answer me, guys. Okay? Ricky Lau, difficult, very difficult. Salah, Ricky Lau. Okay? Lelong, Michael become lelong. Sometimes the sad part of also, Michael, you want to lelong also, people don't want to buy leh. Okay? Mel Wongs. Okay, Mel Wongs. Right. Easy or difficult? Kak Z. How are you, Kak Z? Long time no see. Kak Z, Ricky Lau. Okay? So will it be easy or difficult? Era, where are you, Era? Since you're selling your house, will you be in this kind of situation or not? Will you be in this situation where BTO, you're selling your BTO and you're buying a house, big one, because you want big house, and then the house is old, only 60 years remaining lease? Will you be in this situation, Era? Okay? What about you, Era? Will it be easy or difficult to sell once the house that you in fact buy the house, remaining lease is 60 years. Then you can, MOP is 5 years. So you can only sell after 5 years. Remaining lease is 55. So will it be easy or difficult for you to sell once the house remaining lease is 55 years? Yeah. Honey says difficult. Okay? Okay, SDR, difficult. SDR also mentioned. SDR, congratulations. All right, thank you. Michael say lelong Kak Z. All right, okay, guys. Anyone from the blue? Oh, blue very quiet. Oh, okay. They want to take cash out. Depends on location. Mercy. Location also, it does really matter. So, assuming these one are all in the OCR area, okay? OCR area. Right? Somewhere not too near to the MRT, yeah? Okay? Yeah, so they want to take cash out. If they want to take cash out, that's the thing I mentioned to you. Sometimes like what Michael say, lelong lah. This one then you have to lelong lah. Lelong, if you want to lelong, hello, go and buy my house, oh, don't want, sorry, what they call you, they call first. Oh, sorry, what's the remaining list of this house, the remaining list of this house, this is how it goes right now, what's the remaining list of this house, oh, remaining list of the house is 55 years, but the house is fully renovated, yes, it's on a high floor, totally unblocked, oh, very good view and all that, sorry, what's the remaining list of the house, 55, oh, no, no, thank you, too old, because we intend to stay there for at least about 10 years, because my children are all schooling around that area, then the youngest one probably will like, we have to stay there for 10 years because of the PSLE law. So if 10 years later, if you want to sell the house, like now remaining list, if we buy, remaining list is 55 minus 10, we are left with 45 years. Wow, very difficult to sell by that time. Oh no lah, location very good. What the location? Location you see near MRT only. Yeah lah. But you know, I just worry, later, very difficult to sell, even though very near MRT, even though want to go to MRT, just brush your teeth only can reach MRT, wear your pajamas, on the way, reach the toilet, then all, everything, all be ready, you still sleepy, you haven't even wake up from your dream, you sleepwalk to the MRT also can, but still, I'm thinking, the buyer will say, I'm thinking the remaining list of the house later in future want to sell, very difficult. Oh, so sorry. These are the normal common reactions that we get on. Okay, so these are the common reactions that we get. So therefore, if you would like to buy a remaining lease house, which is about 60 years remaining lease, and you intend to stay, maybe your runway will be pretty short. Right? So therefore, you will have to let go the house probably after immediately 5 years, if it's still laku. So it's quite a risk if you were to buy a house, the remaining lease is 60 years. Unless your age. For example, as I mentioned, you're the winter season part, like me lah. Okay, remaining lease, 55 lah. Maybe I'm 55. Okay, 55 plus 60 years. Okay, I can still, I will outlive lah. The house will outlive me lah. Okay, so be 100 plus. Okay, no problem. I think I can buy this kind of house. Cheap also never mind, because I want a big house. Okay, can, but the house must be a bit cheap lah. Right? Then I don't mind buying it. Because I'm there to really stay until at the end of my life. Okay. Like that is okay. But for younger ones, then they definitely, if you want to buy this kind of house with remaining lease of 60 years, does it meet your age of youngest buyer plus remaining lease more than or equals to 95? It meets, yes, that's one. But that's not the only answer, right? That's not the only answer. You have to look ahead as well, where you will have a longer pathway in future. If whether you want to sell car, you want to keep car, it's all okay. So this is very important. Okay. Mel Wongs, want to sell new BTO because want to get a better location near parents. Then how? Yes, that is good. So hunt for a house which is not until 60 years old. And how old are you right now? That also really matters, right or not? So if you were to buy a house that's remainingly 60 years, you must be able to stay there, to be able to accept. You can accept it that in future you want to sell also will be very difficult. That is what you must be able to accept, right? Okay, so there's no regrets. I buy now, my priority. Some clients will say this is my priority, is to be near to parents. So I don't really care. It doesn't really matter whether in future I can sell this house or not, because I have plans. So like what Madam Ho Ching mentioned is that, so for all those lease which is already quite low, the lease are pretty low, the remaining lease are pretty low. So main thing what you can look into is mainly into rental already. So therefore, for example, you say, okay, this house cannot sell. I can still go to JB car. I stay in JB, then I rent out this house so I can get the money as an investment. My money is back into as an investment for me. That one also is possible. So for those, according to the Bala curve, right, for those at 60 years or 30 years remaining lease, how they actually will look into it is that they will stay with the children, or they stay elsewhere in JB or things like that, and they rent it out. So that's how the game was being played. If you are able to plan into that way, if that is part of your plan, then no harm. Okay? As long as you know what you are buying for. But remember this, the value. The value goes down together with the age. Alright, Wongs? No right or wrong. Must be pros and cons. Yes, correct. Hi, Art. Thank you very much for coming. So, I'm going to repeat a bit. This is about the ballast curve for 99 years leasehold. 99 years leasehold. So, this is what we can see. This is risk number 2. Right? Right? Risk number 2. So, these are all the ballast curve that we had just now. That was risk number 2. And now, this one is the risk number 1. So, right, as an agent, right, this is what we usually do. This is what I will do. So, the best, this is risk number 2. Which is remaining lease is about 30 years. Alright? Yeah. So this 30 years I was just mentioning about where you can even get a semi-D at below 900,000. Yeah. Because why? Because the remaining lease are left is probably about 9 years. Remaining lease are left is only 10 to 20 years. So if you are looking into that, you don't mind, right? Because you think the house will still outlive you. You want to get a big house. That could be also another part of your plan for everybody. So this is risk number 1. Right. In order not to have any risk, this is where my job as the agent is to hunt for you houses which in fact will have so much lesser risk. Every transaction usually will have risk. But according to ballast curve, this is called the ballast curve, not Motu's curve. Wow. Who said? Joe Goggles, you're so clever. At least if you say this is Riyan's curve, I happy a bit. You come out with the name Motu. Okay, anyway, so this is where the lease is pretty young. So therefore, even though like young, right? Young, for example, like young, does it have to be a brand new? Doesn't really have to. It can also be at least, right, 75 years remaining lease. So once the 75 years remaining lease, what should you do? Exit even before the house is remaining lease is 60. Exit about 65 years remaining lease. So the next buyer will not have any thoughts like, by the time if I sell, left with 50 plus. So the buyer, this is how the buyer psychology that you have to understand, is that they will look into the lease balance here. So if you have a house, 75 years remaining lease, right? Or currently a house which is going down to maybe about 65 years remaining lease, this is the option that you should be considering. Yeah, unless you have your own plans. Where this house, I'm going to stay here forever and ever until the risk 2 stage. And this is where you think of to rent it out. Right. Okay. So this is about the ballast curve. This is how it goes. So this is where my job is. My job is to hunt for my clients that the risk that they do not have any risk. The risk is almost zero when it comes to here. Okay, this is only one part of it. There are a few other factors also that we have to look into it when we want to buy a property, right? Be it especially for private property. So number 1 will be the remaining lease. That is where I mentioned to you about the ballast curve. Okay, number 2, this is where we will try to identify the property, whether it's stagnant or not. This will be my next topic, probably tomorrow morning. Alright? To identify the property, whether if you were to stay in the property, to buy the property, whether this property is performing or not performing. Yeah, whether are you buying at a peak price or you buying at a low price. So this is where you will start to learn. Okay? Alright? So this is how it goes. Then number 3, this will be coming on about the other factors, the macro level factors also. When you see a property that you wanted to buy, you also have to see the macro level factors. Who are the competitors? If I were to sell this property, if I were to buy this property, who is going to buy? So all these 3 will be coming in. Okay, so we have already mentioned to you about ballast curve. Next one is that to identify the property, to study the property, to know whether that property is a stagnant property, whether it's a rotten egg property, even though it looks good from the outside, right? Wow, looks nice, beautiful view. Then after that, you don't even know that you're actually buying a property. People are trying to sell that property because it's very difficult to sell, and you buy that property. If at that point of time, it's very difficult to sell that property. You think in future very easy, man. Okay, so this is where I will go through. These are all my so-called, I don't know how to do webinar. I know how to do live stream only. Okay. I'm sharing with you guys. Today we already covered the very basic thing on balance curve, right? That is to cover on the remaining list of the house. So the number 2, it will be to identify whether the property is a stagnant property or is a stagnant property or not a stagnant property. So all this we must know. We must be able to identify. So let me introduce myself. Yay! I just do this. So I'm thinking of it. So okay lah. You tell me. Give me comment whether okay or not. Okay. All right. Let me introduce myself. This is me. I'm Riyan Ria. Feel it. Okay. This is me. You see, very nice. Oh, yeah. So I'm Riyan Ria, in 2024, last year and this year as well. I was a trainer in PropNext. I've been in real estate for 24 years. I was a market researcher at Asia Market Intelligence. What I did was mainly to analyze trends and competitor behavior, turning data into decisions and strategic advisory mindset. That was my job, okay? Right? I was a market researcher at a research firm. So these are my framework, okay? For anyone who's actually come and see me, okay? This is Queen, Queen. You see, Queen of, I was a winner last year, all right, for the Mrs. Elite Earth International. This was held in Philippines, competing together with Bulgaria, with Ukraine, with Philippines, with India and all that, a few countries, right? So, and I got number 1. Yay! So, okay, so that is why I turned it into a framework as well. So, putting Queen, Q, whenever you see me or anything that when we meet up for consultation, it will be the question that I will be asking you a lot of questions because I want to go deep. Right? We have to deep dive into what is that you have, what is it, queries that you have, what are your concerns. From there, that's where I understand. Whether is it that you would like to have a house in proximity to the children, proximity to the school, proximity to the parents' house, all this I will need to understand as well. So from there, I will examine which are the properties which are pretty good for you or not good for you. Alright, so but whether it's good or not good, the choice is still yours, because to me, I will only base on the data and the facts, whether it's good or not. You are the one who will finally decide. And I don't just tell you buy this, buy that, but I will also educate you. I will educate you because to me, it's pretty important for you to know. Why is it that you're buying this? For you to know, hey, what is going to happen if I buy this? I know what is going to happen if I buy this. If I don't buy that, I buy this, what is going to happen? I will always try to educate you with facts and figures. And also, I will also navigate through the whole system, the process until the date of the handover. All in all, right, that is my framework. Queen. Just remember, Queen. Oh, Riyan, what's your framework? Queen. Okay, these are all the framework that I will go through. Yeah, one by one with you. The main important thing, what is most important is that when you were to purchase a property with this Queen framework, right? Queen framework, you will be ensured that you are buying a property not due to emotions, but due to all these data, facts and figures, and you know why you sell your property and why you're buying this one. And you know why is it that you're willing to go and rent outside and yet or to stay with your family members and yet you're buying a new launch. Why am I going through all this hassle? So you know, so you will understand. So that's what the Queen framework is all about. And I hope to see you tomorrow. What are we going to cover about? And more on the stagnant property. And how are we going to identify whether that property is stagnant or not? Even though when you see from Property Guru and all this, I like this property, I don't need an agent, I can just go. You don't even know whether that property is making money, will be making money for you or not. Whether that property is performing or not, right? You might want to decide by emotions. We will feed in through my Queen framework, right? The Queen framework, this is where I will put in where we will educate you. Okay, this is what happened if you buy this property. Are you okay with it? You know all the facts and figures, you know all the data. So, okay, are you okay? Just because for the view, you want to buy for the view. So, okay, if due to that, go ahead. But you know, we have shown you the data, so you know where you're heading to. I don't have any gym or I don't have any parkour, so I'll be around tomorrow at probably 8:30 a.m. So we'll talk about the second part, all right? Okay, I will also be covering, shortly, I will be also doing my live pertaining to balance curve, but it would be in Bahasa Melayu, okay, Bahasa Melayu. I'm going to give it a try. So, let's see whether it works. Right? In the meantime, I will just download this first so you can see it shortly. Alright, remember this. Be like a tree. Stretch as much as you can. And each day and in every way, we get better and better. Hasta la vista. Ciao for now. Bye. Bye, 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 bye.